Hi there. Good afternoon, folks. Long time no video. Today, I'm just going to give you a little bit of an update as to what it is I'm doing and how I got here. So, at the ripe old age of 62, I am starting a new career. It's probably going to be my last career. Uh, I think about it, but it's a new career. And that career is as a financial advisor, wealth manager. Um, how did I get this career? It's been a long, long journey, I have to say. Uh, I got the relative qualifications, diploma, they call it RDR, or Retail Distribution Review, compliant at level 4 in financial planning and advice. I got that last year. I was actually assisted, funny enough, by government. Uh, they actually paid for that qualification. I was really pleased about that. Previous ones, I'd actually paid for myself. I got 3 diplomas altogether, one in derivatives, one in securities. And these are all sort of like benchmarks for various stages of my career over the last literally 20 years. Why wealth management, you may ask? Well, it's more of an accumulation or a culmination of the things what I've been doing from the actual coal face of being a oil trader, futures trader, government bond trader, and also interdealer broker, and on numerous occasions being absolutely stony broke. Yeah, and various at one point working in housing disrepair. Yeah, so it's a big, broad brush of different things. Most of the time, I've been sort of working self-employed and trading my own book, and that's why it's never been a smooth trajectory, because it's feast or famine. When I'm earning good money, boom, I'm earning good money, but when I'm not, then I'm having to do something alternative. I sat down and thought about the volatility in what it is I'm doing and how my time is being spent, and I decided that I was going to do something where if something didn't happen, at least I'm at zero. So, for example, there was recently a massive market movement. That was yesterday in the stock market and in the oil market. DAX, it actually moved 1,500 points. Can you believe? That is a phenomenal amount. If you was trading £100 a point, you would have walked away with £150,000 in the space of an hour. Okay, that's the volatility, and it's all fun and games until you're on the wrong side of that trade, and now you're owing £150,000. So I figured that by doing something like wealth management, if I meet a client and they're not interested in doing what they say they want to do, I'm just flat. I'm not losing any money, just some time. Yeah. Also, I think that the profession, there is a shortage of wealth advisors, financial advisors. The average age is 56, and so people around my age who have been in the business a long time, they're fed up with the increased regulation and compliance, etc., and they're getting out. They're selling their book of clients and moving on out, and they're trying to open doors for the younger generation. Although the younger generation, I'm not that quite taken by it, if you like. There's lots of other new, shiny object type positions in the workplace. For example, AI, obviously IT, investment banking, different trading jobs, even marketing, advertising. They're all sucking up the young candidates, if you like. One of the potential disadvantage for younger candidates is the concept of maturity. It's quite difficult speaking to an older woman or gentleman who are in their 50s, 60s, some even in 70s and 80s about estate planning and passing on their wealth to the next generation. For example, you're just a 22-year-old, 25-year-old, even though you might have been in the business for 5 years. Okay, it's the lived experience. So it can act as a bit of a drag for younger members within the sector. For an older member, of course, it's a lot easier. People my age remember when interest rates were 15%, or when it was the norm to have 8% interest rate for your mortgage. Yeah, they've been through the 1987 crash and the dot-com boom bust, and of course the 2008 crash. They've seen it. They've seen the very high levels of unemployment in the 80s and the booming 90s to a degree after that property dip. And they've obviously benefited from defined benefit pensions and that migration to defined contribution pensions, i.e., pensions which are sort of aligned to the stock market rather than your final salaries. And they've got a number of pensions along with that. And also they're looking at their legacy and passing what they've done on to other people. So somebody who is slightly older has that without even the qualifications, if you like. It's the ability to be relatable. In wealth management, as in most jobs, and dare I say that swell word, sales, it's about rapport. That is, in my opinion, the major thing. Now, the industry has really gone through leaps and bounds in regards to shaping themselves up. And being a financial advisor today really is similar to being an accountant, a lawyer, particularly a lawyer, any other type profession, if you like. There's lots of strict rules, although funny enough, you don't need to have a degree to do so, to do that job. I have a degree, but it's not really relevant. As long as you pass the statutory exams, which most people could do if they apply themselves, you will be eligible. And also the ability to talk with people. The main push comes to finding your clients and whether you do get clients. Now, there are different entry routes into it. I'm not an expert. Some people go through planning and work for somebody who's well established and look after their clients and get an understanding of it. I probably suggest that's a good route to go. Other people just get in there, cut their teeth, to do it. What am I expecting from this? I'm expecting it's going to be fun, to be honest. I like speaking with people. I like listening to their journey about how they became what they have become. And more importantly, I like helping people in regards to, pointing them in certain directions where they're going to benefit immensely. For me, that is really good and true to the form of my mini motto. I have to read it out, which is money is the material shape of the principle that men who wish to deal with one another deal by trade and give value for value. That's a quote by Ayn Rand in her book The Atlas Shrugged, on the question of what money is. And I do believe that providing that you give value for value, it's a very enjoyable profession. Now, in terms of earnings, what are your earnings? One of the interesting things about the sector is that you have a recurring income based on as you build your client base up. That is to say, If you have, about argument's sake, let's say you got 30 or 40 clients in your first year, the assets which you brought under management, you would get some sort of retaining or recurring income from those assets under management, providing you are servicing those clients, making sure they're still on track with their goals. That's something which other professions, if you like, don't have. It's an advantage. That's providing that you've got the clients and also the size of the clients. So what could my advice be, or not so much advice, observations for people who are looking to come into this industry? I would say two things. Number one, you must like people. You must be sociable to be able to get on with people. Less judgmental, more curious about people, their circumstances. And then, of course, to be aware of the products and services which are available from whichever organisation which you work with or under. That's it. That's all I'm going to say for the time being. It's just a short little, a lot of people are saying, oh, it's really difficult to get a job and blah, 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 blah. For quite a few years now, I haven't been in proper regular employment because I've just been trading my own book, if you like. But as a lot of my friends would say, I'm relatively quite good at applying for jobs. And so I shouldn't see the age being a barrier. Don't see age as being a barrier. Don't even see race as being a barrier. I mean, I've come across a lot of racism in my life, and especially when applying for jobs. But at the same time, I have to say, I've been very fortunate and been given lots of opportunities, not because of my colour, but simply because of who I am. Opportunities where most people would think, oh no, you'd never be able to get in there. So I will talk about that maybe in another video. But for the time being, I hope you found this of interest, and over and out.